President Biden said that he would run for re-election if his health remained good. Is that something you're expecting to see?
No, I don't think anybody seriously believes that President Biden is going to run for re-election in 2024. I mean, he's obviously, I'm a Republican, but I think it's apparent to everyone, and certainly in the New York Times and CNN, who've been completely loyal to the Democrats. Those are left-leaning networks. They've all basically asked him to step down. So you're seeing inside the American political class, even on the Democrat side, with his sliding poll numbers and a cognitive decline, that the Democrats are looking for other options now. His polling is now worse than Jimmy Carter's. It's as bad or worse than Trump, certainly. And it looks like the floor is coming out of that support. His numbers have no way to go but down now. The Democrats are looking for other options, and he's being pressured to leave office. And I expect it'll happen in the next, either immediately before or immediately after the midterms in 2020.
What are the biggest challenges for Joe Biden going into next year?
Biggest challenges for Joe Biden next year is the fact that progressive policies as implemented by his administration simply don't work. You look at all of the things championed by the Democrats in this country. It was defund the police. How did that work out? Huge crime spikes, some dramatic robberies in stores, carjackings. We had a senior Democrat member of Congress who called for defunding the police. Get carjacked at gunpoint just 2 days ago. So you see crime is a big problem, and that's what the Democrats are the authors of their own undoing there, because this is what the left has preached. The economy, restricting, cracking down on America's domestic energy production has caused energy prices to go up. The president's self-inflicted wounds with Afghanistan are having costs for the United States around the world. What we did in Afghanistan, abandoning our friends and allies and commitments there, is what's causing Beijing to become more aggressive with Taiwan and the South China Sea, because they want to test and explore the contours of American resolve. And this only increases the risk of some sort of conflagration. Similarly, you see the Iran nuclear talks. The Iranians are drawing a hard line with the Biden administration. They don't take it seriously. The Russians on the Ukrainian border want to test Western resolve. And this is all a result of deliberate actions and policy decisions by the Biden administration. So the biggest threat to the Biden administration is literally the Biden administration.
Look, you don't suspect that Joe Biden will be running in 2024, and you're not alone. What are your predictions for next year for Donald Trump? We'll, of course, have to wait and see whether he runs again in 2024. But going into next year, what do you expect to happen with Donald Trump, and what we're expected to see from him?
Well, the Donald Trump show always has a degree of unpredictability, and I think that's both good and bad for the support of President Trump. Certainly, he's going to try to put his thumb on the scale in certain primary races and make his presence felt in the midterm elections, because that increases his currency going into the 2024 and his potential quest for the Republican nomination. So he's going to raise money. He's going to make appearances for certain candidates. He's not going to disappear from the stage. And he's also probably going to step up his criticism of President Biden and Vice President Harris. But I think we can certainly expect that. But I don't know how much more we can expect because he's not on the ballot. He's not running. Next year is a referendum on the performance of the Biden administration today.
We have to leave it there. John Jordan, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.